Howdy folks, and welcome back to another episode of Airgun Reporter. My name is Guy Chisulo. Paul Capello is going to be behind the camera for this episode, so I'm going to be your host. Today we have a new pistol from Umarex. It's the Colt Peacemaker. This is a replica of the Colt Single Action Army. It has a very nice nickel finish, simulated ivory grips. It works just like the real thing. We're going to show you some specs and details on this first and then start shooting. I can't wait. I'm a huge fan of single action pistols. Okay folks, before we start testing, we're going to show you how to load the CO2 into this gun. Okay, if you flip it over, there's a little thumb imprint on the bottom. You just pull the left grip off. It has the wrench built right into the grip, which is a definite plus. You can't lose it. Okay, so you take that wrench and you back the screw out. Then you take your CO2 cartridge, put it in. Using the wrench, you tighten it. You don't have to reef on it. Just once you hear the cartridge pierce, tighten it until you stop hearing a hiss. That's all you need. Then there's a little tab, goes underneath the frame, and the grip pops right back in. Okay, this gun, true to the original, does have a manual ejector. It's not really necessary on a CO2 gun. But in the firearms, if the gun was a little bit dirty or cartridges were loaded a little on the hot side, sometimes the cases would stick. It works just like the real thing. You flip the loading gate open and push the ejector and the shell comes right out. Not really necessary, but it is a nice feature for the authenticity. Okay folks, we're going to show you how to load up the cartridges. I'd like to note that when I read the manual, I found a minor discrepancy. It states to load these from the front. With these cartridges, that's not the case, however. The grommet that holds the BB is in the cartridge head, where the primer would normally be. So the BBs go in the rear. I just wanted to make a note of that. I found that the easiest way to load these is to just put some BBs in a small tray, and then you can just take the cartridge and push them down. They load real easy. It's real quick to do. And that's all there is to it. Then to load the gun, the hammer goes on the half-cock notch. You flip the loading gate open, put the cartridge in, rotate the cylinder, and repeat. Once you get all 6 loaded, you just close the gate, and it's ready to shoot. Okay folks, we're ready to do chrony testing with this pistol now. We're in the basement man cave because here in upstate New York we have about 4 feet of snow on the ground and we can't even make it to the air lodge. So that's the good thing about an action pistol. They're relatively low powered. All you need is about 15-20 feet of free space and a safe backstop. Okay folks, we're here in the basement. We're at about 15-20 feet. I'm going to try this thing out rested and see what kind of groups I get.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Okay folks, we tried shooting this thing rested already, but let's try it offhand. That's the true test for any action pistol. Okay folks, we're ready to do the trigger pull testing. This is a single action only action pistol, and usually that means a little lighter trigger pull. It only feels like it's a few pounds to me, but we'll let the gauge tell us what it really is. Okay folks, well that was actually lighter than I thought it was going to be. Our average is 1 pound, 13.2 ounces. Okay folks, now we'll move on to sound testing and then we'll wrap up the show. Okay folks, Paul and I always mention when guns are quiet enough to be shooting in the basement, and we're shooting this one in the basement. It doesn't sound that loud to me, but let's see what the sound meter says. Okay folks, it's time to wrap the show up. Earlier, Paul and I were talking. He asked me what I thought the pros and cons were about this gun. Honestly, I really can't find a con. It's a lot of fun to shoot. The fit and finish is great. It's got a nice trigger. It's got good accuracy for a smooth bore BB pistol. I just really can't find a negative thing to say about it. It's a great companion to Umarex's Western style rifle, and I'm really impressed with it. I think Umarex really hit a home run with this. For Airgun Reporter, my name is Guy Chisulo. Remember, shoot safe and have fun.